Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Schneider.
I'm Casey Wilson.
Welcome to Bitch Sesh bonus content.
Wow. You know what we've been thinking about a lot is Ms. Phaedra Parks' journey. Phaedra Parks Esquire.
I think about her at least once a day. Isn't that weird? That someone doesn't know I exist on the planet.
No, she doesn't.
Like, I am not in her universe at all, and I think about her at least once a day.
Is she definitely gone? Do we have that?
We don't have confirmation. I mean, we thought Megan was gone from OC, Megan King Edmonds, and here she is.
So fucking sick of Megan King Edmonds.
But Phaedra, now granted, Phaedra made a huge mistake, and we came for her in light of that mistake.
We came for her on one episode. We came down hard on her.
And then the next week we were fine with her again.
Yeah, because, you know, Phaedra's family, and it's really hard. Look, it's very hard when a family member accuses another friend of possibly drugging and raping her, and it turns out to be false.
Yeah, that is a huge accusation, and we are not making light of that. Mm-mm. That is not okay. It got out of hand.
I wish it hadn't happened.
I wish every day, and I believe Phaedra does too, or I'd like to believe Phaedra does too. But
and yet, I don't know that I'm ready to see her go.
I am definitely not ready to see her go.
Because I will say this, I'll come on the record. I think a Megan King Edmonds, a Peggy, a Tinsley, they are guilty of a far worse crime.
Which is boring.
Yes. Being boring. I'd like to read some Phaedra quotes just to remind us.
Please do. I would really appreciate that.
Who we're dealing with here.
The treasure trove that is Phaedra Parks, Esquire.
On childbirth. I was crazy as a vampire in sunlight.
So dusty?
On contractors. They'll blow smoke up your butt with a bubble blower if they have to, especially when they're dealing with a lady.
Wow.
Gorgeous. On self-defense. I never leave home without my taser. They better be glad I left the 357 in the car. And now I'm not channeling Phaedra. Can you give me her voice?
Oh, I don't know that I could. It's
Phaedra. Southern
mother. She's always like, mother always said. People always say. Everybody knows. It's a Southern ballad.
It's a Southern ballad. Okay. On opinions. Now I've heard this quote I think before, but for me with Phaedra,
it sounds new again.
Everybody knows an opinion's like an A noose. We all have one. Following that up swiftly with a quote about church. A prayer cloth is a covering so you don't offend people with your luscious thighs and kneecaps when you're in service. on dead people. I like everything about the dead because they're so quiet. I mean, think about it. How quiet would it be to be in a room with no one that is alive?
I mean, how does she come up with such gems? She is like Samuel Clemens, you know?
And here she is on sweetening one's vagina. Powdered sugar really is delicious. It turns into a really sweet syrup. Pour it on and it tastes delicious.
What the fuck? That's unhealthy.
That's
Joanna Krupa stuff.
I know.
That's not going to go well.
On a gay man named Lawrence, she says, and this is just beautifully not offensive at all.
Okay.
He loves lipstick, he loves heels, and he might even like panties, but he still has a penis, and that makes him a man. On her newborn son.
Yes, please.
The first time I looked at him, he looked Chinese to me. But I knew it was my baby because nobody else was in the operating room.
What?
I don't know what that means.
It doesn't matter that I don't understand it.
And on natural childbirth, and I'm going to take this to heart as I go in to give birth. No, ma'am. I am having anything they can give me to take off the edge because I cannot be screaming like a wolf and pooping on no tables. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. She is, she's the poet laureate of this century. And again, do you think that Andy would broker a sit down? Now, I don't know that Candy would come, but I think the problem wasn't just this lie. I think it might have been a bigger issue of like her just being dishonest about her life. Like everyone else sort of comes clean.
Right.
In one way or another. Even Ramona came clean about like where they are in their life, but you never sort of get the true story about anything from Phaedra. I mean, but Vicky's guilty of that too. So she just doesn't let it all hang out, but then it comes out anyway. And so I think that might have been for Bravo.
I also think the way she kind of, when she was called out and it all happened, she showed no remorse. So she wasn't able to pick herself up. She almost seemed sociopathic.
Yeah, and that is a quality I believe about her.
Yes.
But dare I say, it's what makes her her.
I know.
And you have to accept the good and the bad.
And I guess it's hard because like someone like Brandy, I found even more distasteful. What Phaedra's bringing us that so few are is humor.
And beauty.
Oh yeah, of course.
She's so beautiful. I can't take my eyes off of her.
I know.
But also, and those two little boys.
Yeah.
And her trials and tribulations and her I know, there's a lot of things I like about Phaedra. The calm in the wake of the storm. When Apollo came into her house that day and was, I say, terrifying. When he came into her garage, when she was like, you better get the hell out of here. Mm-hmm. I would have been screaming like the house was on fire.
And that's what I think is kind of unsettling about her also when she's being like accused of all of this is that she does keep very even and level.
Yeah.
It's a quality I wish I had.
Oh, me too. I mean, but a lie is a lie. And I believe she could pass any lie detector.
That was a tough lie.
Yeah, that was look, we are not trying. I know we keep saying look.
No, we're not trying to defend her.
That's an excuse of our love for her. And if someone had said that about anyone I know, and Candy is a good person. Candy is a great person. So and also just a lie like that is so huge and it damages her reputation. I get it all. And I have lied myself.
Yes.
I mean, I have told damaging lies.
What kind of lies have you told, Danielle?
This is not something I'm proud of, but this had long-standing effect on my family.
Oh my God.
On my life. And I still come to it every once in a while. And I'm not proud of this, but I'm going to share this.
Okay. This is your Phaedra moment.
This was my Phaedra moment. Again, I was 12, so it's different, but yet it's the same. When I was about 11 or 12, I want to say, I was going off to summer camp for the summer to my Christian camp where I learned about Jesus taking the wheel or whatever have you. And it is funny that I told a huge lie while I was at Christian camp. It all makes sense. But I was, right before I left, I decided to go through my mother's jewelry. And for some reason, I took her engagement ring.
Oh my God.
She
didn't have it on.
Diamond engagement ring. She wouldn't wear it like every day. It was not an everyday thing. I didn't know, I didn't know the value. I didn't know anything, but I knew it was shiny and had diamonds and I loved it. I took it. I put it in the hat of my Paddington bear. You know how Paddington bear has like that little red or yellow hat depending on...
I know you still were carrying a Paddington at 12.
Look, obviously there were bigger issues going on, but I didn't take it with me. Like he was in my room, but I put the diamond in that Paddington bear. And then I left for a month to go to North Carolina. Didn't say a word. Few days into camp, I got a phone call. Now, at this type of camp, and this was late 80s, you didn't get phone calls at camp. Like you left for the summer and that was it.
That was that.
That was
maybe
that.
A letter.
Yeah, like that was the end of it. You got letters and you saw your parents in a month. No other contact. So to get a phone call at camp was just something that didn't happen. There's a phone call. Your mom's on the phone. I go there and she said, Danielle, have you seen my diamond ring? Oh, I forgot. I had stolen a diamond tennis bracelet right before this and returned it.
So she had reason to believe it was you.
She had reason to believe it was me.
Yeah.
I said, I think it was like a same day type of situation where she had been like, has anyone seen my diamond tennis bracelet? And I was like, oh, I think I may have stumbled upon it and then gave it right back. So she calls me and says, Danielle, have you seen my diamond engagement ring? And I said, Mom, no.
Why did you lie? Were you scared?
I was scared.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was scared of. The repercussions would have been grounding and stuff, but like, you're just scared.
Of course.
Scared.
No,
You've stolen something.
Can't come clean.
I just couldn't come clean. The damage had been done, and I don't know why in that moment I couldn't say I did it. So I said, no, Mom. She's like, are you sure? I said, Mom, I'm positive. I have not seen. I don't even know what it looks like. And then I hung up.
Oh, and they're not finding that ring.
No, there's no way they're looking in Paddington Bear. He has a hat on. Why would you look in an animal's hat? And so went through the rest of the summer, but I had a guilt that ate in me all summer long. And meanwhile, at the same time, there's these things called ranks at camp, where if you complete everything at the camp, like every sports station, you get ranks, and whoever does the best wins honor camper. Now, I figured out a way at this Christian camp all you had to do was get the counselor's signature. And so the ones that I didn't want to do, I just signed myself. I tell you, Casey, I want to honor camper that summer.
You're a little liar. Wow.
I won honor camper. I got to run around the mess hall while the theme song to Rocky blared from the speakers and everyone high-fived me. And the name is Honor Camper. So,
meanwhile, are your parents calling the police over this ring?
So I get home. I have one honor camper. Not in a real way, but I have one honor camper. I've lied about that. I have stolen my mother's engagement ring. I get home from camp, and that night we all go out for pizza at a place called Bella Pizza, located in Atlanta, Georgia. And my mom says, I'm going to ask you one more time.
I'm so scared right now. I just got to chill.
Do you know where my engagement ring is? I said, oh, you know what? I think I may have taken it.
You tried to kind of remember a little
is this
something.
The one I misunderstood? And we went home from pizza.
Oh my God.
And we go and we get that ring. And my mom was furious, as was my dad. And they sat me down and they were like, do you know what we have done? They called the police.
Yeah. They
filed insurance claims.
Yeah. They probably turned on each other too.
They were looking at people that had come to the house.
Accusing innocents.
Yeah, nothing to where it had, but anyone who had been at the house basically in that month was a suspect and looking into them.
And yet it seemed like your mom in her heart of hearts knew. It was her little honor camper.
And so it had quite an effect. And I still have that Paddington bear doll, and I've given it to my daughter.
And you're going to find your shit.
And I am going to get a comeuppance.
And if you think Sydney's not going to be putting your stuff.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't know about the secret compartment in the hat, but if she finds it, I will be finding it.
And do your parents laugh about it now or not?
No, they're still angry.
It's not great.
Yeah, they don't think it's funny. I bring it up as a funny story, but they're like, Danielle, that was really hard. And we called the police and we had to file claims. It was a lot of
engagement ring.
Yeah, it was a big deal and it was expensive. And it was her engagement ring. So it meant a lot personally. And it was gone not for a week, a month.
You're a little liar.
I'm an asshole. I'm a Phaedra Parks.
Little Phaedra Parks.
What about you, Casey? What's the biggest lie you ever told?
Danielle, I've told so many. It's so easy. I'm just off the top. There's so many. Many large and small, just rattling them off. There was a turkey trot in my town, and every year my dad, it meant so much to him that I ran it and would improve my time. And every year I'd have my mom pick me up and drive me to the finish. That was just one small lie. There's so many, God, Danielle. Okay, the biggest one I told was I was dating this guy in high school, love of my life. One day he broke up with me. I was so devastated. So I was like, I have to make him jealous. I think I was a senior in high school. We were seniors. So I got this guy who was on the baseball team, very cute guy that I knew my old boyfriend would be jealous of. We go out on a date. We do make out, but all we do is kiss. Mm-hmm. But I can't leave it there. And I also really kind of like this baseball player. Mm-hmm. But I tell my old boyfriend that we slept together. I think I got very graphic in what we had done. Okay.
And how did you say it? You were just I slept with him.
Yeah, I was well, I just want you to know, he went down on me and I went down, just disgusting lies. We had just kissed. This guy was not even that interested in me at all. And I'm so yeah, that's what happened. And I had only ever just slept with my boyfriend at this time. So it was out of character and blah, blah, blah. And I'm coming down the stairs after math class. It's the last period of the day. I'm walking outside and my old boyfriend comes up to me crying, hysterical. This is a football player. He's I confronted him and he said you lied. And then a couple of girls are next to him and they go, oh my God, everybody heard in English class. She just went up to him. He's I fucking heard you slept with her and this, that. And he's she's a liar. And basically the guy sold me out so hard. He's she's fucking lying, that the whole class found out. All the girls found out that I lied and said someone went down on me when they didn't. It was so embarrassing. Oh. These things routinely happen to me. So then that baseball player got another friend, and this is aggressive, to throw a tennis ball at my head.
What?
I know, it was from a long way away, but
that's worse, Casey. That's more velocity.
It really hurt, Danielle. But the craziest part of it, if you could imagine it getting worse from that when the tennis ball bounced off my head, is that I didn't wash my hair a ton and it got snarled in my hair. So it bounced and then stuck to my hair. And that was really hard because people were on top of it. Me saying someone went down, it was also like my hygiene's bad.
Oh, Casey.
And there was a lot of things like that, you know?
I like that you say this happened to you. I just want to point that out. Just, you know, as I'm not your therapist, but I just wanted to, the phrasing and that was interesting.
I was a liar. Like there was a little girl when I was little, my best friend Amanda and I would tell this girl, Megan, we'd be like, Megan, and I led all of this. Amanda didn't want to do any of this. I go, Megan, bring me that ball over there. And there'd be no ball, you know? And she'd go, what ball? I'm like, oh, Megan.
Is this Megan your friend that I met?
No.
Oh.
This friend is no longer in the fold after this behavior on my part. I'm like, Megan, hand me that ball. And she's like, there is no ball. And I'd be like, oh, Megan, I was a bully. I'd be like, you don't see it, Megan? That's so stupid. I make her do all these different things. I told everyone at school that Deirdre Hall from Days of Our Lives
you don't have to tell me who Deirdre Hall is.
Was my mom. That she'd given me up for adoption. What? Because I wanted attention and I realized it's not like saying like Meryl Streep. It's a soap star.
On that phase, I wanted attention too, and would lie. And so I wanted a hearing aid because I really wanted a hearing aid. So I would purposely fail my hearing test. You know, where you have to like hold up your hand when you hear the beep.
Wow, Danielle.
And so they thought I had hearing issues.
And did you get a little extra attention for that?
No, I didn't get the hearing aid, so it all just fizzled away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, my parents were like, what are you doing, Danielle? What's happening?
Well, the thing is it's so obvious that, you know, you lie to get attention and now here we are actresses. It's like it all worked out.
Oh, it all happened as it was supposed to happen. I mean, was mine illegal? Yes. Did other people come into fold and probably maybe get hurt? Maybe.
My lies were all found out. It sounds like I was also president of my class, and there might have been some tampering at the ballot box, and I don't want to get into that.
No.
I cannot get into that. But there were some things that a boyfriend did, I think, to push me over the edge. I'm not sure of the details. But for prom, I made everyone sign this pledge that they're going to be like sober. And of course, it was like the most wrecked of everyone. I got like 700 signatures for sober prom and then just got too wasted.
There was some sort of thing at my high school where they called up like school leaders or something like that. And I got called, like it was some sort of thing where I got called up to the stage for being a quote unquote school leader. My girlfriend Terry, who I'm still friends with, said that she heard this guy next to her say, that girl's not a leader. She's like failing my science class. I think he said she's the dumbest one in science. And I was like, you know what? That's about right.
Those things are not mutually exclusive because you can be a leader and be very dumb, much like our president.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, yes, am I Trumpian in that way? Am I Trumpian in that way? Sure. But, you know, like, what are you supposed to do? I have a question for you, Casey.
Please.
Now, we have had a lot of housewives have like medical mistakes. Like there have been bad plastic surgeries, like things that have like mistakes that they have made in the medical way or like how they look, facials, like just destroyed their look.
Sure.
Has there been anything that you've done to your body, your face that...
I want to do more. As you know, and many of our listeners know, I got Botox in the side of my eyes and it paralyzed my facial muscles on both sides of my face. So I was having trouble smiling for 4 months.
Yeah.
Then I got pregnant and I had to do away with all that.
Yeah, you look great though. Like your skin is like, I'm not seeing any wrinkles.
Thank you, Danielle. But because it's pumped up to such a level from my weight gain. But the minute this baby comes out of me, I have so many plans, like a docket of things I want to do.
What are you thinking of?
Oh my God. Lasers are the least of it. I really want to get this thing. I think it's called, Claire and I were just talking about this. I want to look into cool sculpting.
What's
just
cool
in general.
Sculpting?
Cool sculpting is like that thing. It's kind of janky. Like they freeze your fat. It's
I've seen it on billboards. Yes,
yeah.
I've seen it on billboards. Correct.
Definitely
in the valley.
And they're like, yeah, we'll freeze like pockets. I'm like, put me in a suit. Freeze it all. Like, and apparently, they freeze
What happens when they freeze it? Where does it go?
Well, I don't know. It goes into the air. They freeze your fat, and apparently for like a half an hour, but it becomes so numb it doesn't hurt. But then my friend said he did it under his chin.
Okay.
Then they knead it like a bean bag, a frozen bean bag with crystals, and you just feel your fat like scooching all around. And then in 2 weeks, it's gone. And I've had friends do it with saddlebags in various areas. And you just piss it out? I don't know.
Has it worked for them?
It's worked.
Really? It feels dangerous. I'm afraid for that procedure.
See, I don't think I could go under, like, as a mom. There's just something like with what happened with Kanye's mom. I'm just like, oh God, I'll be the one.
Yeah, no. And I don't want you to go under either.
Thank you. But I don't think I can go there, but I will do anything else. And I heard about this thing at Dr. Christy Kidd, my dermatologist's office, where...
Oh, I have a call in to her, and I have an appointment next week.
I'm so excited for you.
I have an appointment next week.
She's so great. But she has this thing, it's like a cattle prod. It's like
you just said that. Just do you know that you said that?
But it is basically that. And she said, look, a lot of people do it as like a treat to themselves after they've had their baby.
Okay.
Even though it has nothing to do with baby. Again, it's under your daddy chin. No. I don't care about that.
That's so upsetting. Sorry.
They do it under your chin to make your jawline like more pronounced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she says you have to take a Xanax and a Vicodin. That's how painful it is. But that alone is worth the price of admission, I think. And then they really treat under your chin, and I don't know what happens, but I'm interested in that. And the last thing I'm interested in, Danielle.
Okay.
Well, I want to do a lot of teeth like whitening and just various. But this is not a improvement thing, but I love getting nitrous at the dentist. Like, I'm a drug addict in my core, as you know.
I've never had nitrous at the dentist.
Oh my God. Jill Solway, who created Transparent, has gone on record saying she gets a lot of her most creative ideas.
Have you ever created one idea from nitrous?
No, but I've created a lot of fun, and it's like
you have. One of my favorite of our podcast, and not to choose our favorite. No,
Danielle, I'm going to stop you. You're thinking of when I went under and because I get most of my dental work done under anesthesia.
Because don't you remember when you recorded it from coming out?
Of course.
And you said good night and good luck.
I get most basic dental work done under anesthesia at a high price. This is when I'm just simply getting cleaning.
Interesting.
I'm getting nitrous. So it's like the equivalent of having 3 glasses of wine. The minute it goes off, you're fine. Like you can drive home.
I want to do this. I would love to do this.
Danielle.
Can I not handle it?
Some people don't love it, but
I am afraid of the dentist. I am truly afraid of the dentist.
Great. And you do a very low dose. It's claustrophobic. They put a mask over your face, like Steve Martin in Little Shop of Horrors. But I'm telling you, you're flying high. It's like, why shouldn't a day have a little fun in it?
I've started to go to a dentist. He is not in Beverly Hills. Now look.
Ooh,
I know.
I love that.
I know. Because here, you guys, in Los Angeles, there are basically like one hub for doctors. And that is all in Beverly Hills. There's some stray ones. Like my therapist is in the Valley and stuff. But like most doctors worth their weight, for some reason, they're all congregated in Beverly Hills. I'm going to say something that's going to offend you and everyone that we know in LA. What?
But I have a lot of friends who are like, yeah, our pediatrician's in Glendale and the Valley. And I'm like, you're getting your fucking hair dyed in Beverly Hills. Take your kid over there.
My kid's pediatrician is in Encino, but I say this with love. There's a really good medical. She's great.
And I'm sure.
And our great friend Andrea Savage recommended this person, and they're great. But I hear you.
I don't mean to call anyone out. I'm just like, I know people that are driving to get their hair highlighted. Like,
yes. Oh, please. No, I hear you. And they are all congregated there for a reason.
Dr. Christy Kidd, for instance, you're going to be driving yourself there.
Yes, Dr. Wong, who, put my baby in me. He's in Beverly Hills.
Once the baby's out, Encino.
She's not only worthy of Beverly Hills just when she's in.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Danielle, but you have started all of us on a chain of this one dentist. You were the original contact.
Yes, but now I'm no longer with her.
Well, she's no longer at the practice because our dentist broke up from her husband. They got divorced.
Her husband scares me.
He's terrifying. He's about ready to cart us all off to the gas chamber. And June, Matt, me, Laura, everyone was going to this guy.
Yeah, I think Donna recommended her to me.
We've all fallen away and we're now just like looking for someone. So I'll take recommendations.
Well, I'm in Glendale.
Okay. Will they do nitrous?
I don't know yet. I have not asked. I'm going to ask. But it is Glendale. And I know, and this is probably sounding snotty to everybody, but it's not, I guarantee it. Like, I live in the Valley. I will live in I'm happy there.
No, I'm coming off like a monster.
Yeah, but
everyone's going in Los Feliz, and then she goes, it's great. He's really looking for patients if you want to go. I said, I don't want a dentist that's actively looking for patients.
Me. I want them to be turning me down.
Matt McConkey goes, I got someone great. You can just text him and get an appointment. I go, excuse me?
Yeah.
Text him, the dentist? Matt's like, yeah, he just prefers to do it that way. He doesn't use a receptionist. No, thank you.
That's insanity. Who does he think he is?
I don't want to text
I
with
don't
my
need
dentist.
a casual dentist. That is not what I'm looking for. I need a receptionist. I need a periodontist. I need whatever.
I need someone who's got a Valium that they're going to put under my tongue in a moment's notice.
Agree. But anyway, I have gone to this new dentist in Glendale. I don't know how it's all going to start working out. I don't even know if they have
her or him.
He did bring up 9/11 while I was under. Somehow New York came up and he was like, you were there during 9/11? I've often thought. And I was like, I am getting my teeth cleaned and talking about 9/11. I also once had an OBGYN talk about a crab house where I worked when he was on me.
No one goes to the OBGYN more than you.
Yeah, I mean, as
you're
we
going
all
10
know,
times a year.
I do. I truly, Casey's always like, are you at the OBGYN again? Like, you'll text me. I'm like, I'm at the OBGYN. You're like, is everything okay? I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, nothing is wrong.
You're never not coming or going.
And it is in Beverly Hills, so it's a trek. It's nowhere near I live. Yeah. And I have a few of them, so I'm constantly at the OBGYN.
I have a question for you, and it's sensitive.
Okay.
When you're going to the OBGYN, are you clearing the brush? Are you thinking of their feelings?
Casey... I used to. But then I started...
Yeah.
And then I became a mother.
Uh-huh.
And, I go a lot.
Yeah.
For various reasons. And so I just... how, it's just become part of my routine going to the OBGYN. So it's not as an occasion. You know how, you go once a year for your PAP and your annual and all that stuff. And, of course, you clear the brush.
Right.
But
I only bring this up because you are the one that opened up to us all about
I sure did about
what's going on down there.
What's going on down there and how I could basically braid it. And it's thicker than I would say my head hair. And straighter.
So no one's getting a
real
the best of you.
No one's getting the best. Well, my husband sometimes when I'm it's like we're having a romantical.
You will do something?
I try. Sometimes he has to ask.
No, Danielle. No! No, Danielle. Danielle. What does he say? Tell me the conversation. I'm going to shut my eyes.
I don't know that I can.
Go ahead.
And he's not rude about it.
Sure.
He's always just if you want to do something. And he's fine if it's the way it is.
No, is this right before or is this in the morning, as a heads up?
He's always just if you want to see somebody. If you want to see somebody. If you want to get a waxing or a...
Oh, okay. Just
yeah, it's not just it's more
He's look, if I see something, say something.
Yeah,
the New York City subway.
Again, he is lovely and he'll take me anywhere I am.
Danielle, no one's blaming him. Here, I think it's nice. If anything, he's
He's so polite about it.
He's giving you a little heads up.
Yeah, he's fine with it. But, he's has
So this
asked.
would be day of, maybe,
yeah,
for
or
the
just
night.
if we know we're going away. He hasn't done it recently, but
he'll just sort of suggest.
I feel he's just kind of settled in real nice.
It's just a nice suggestion.
Yeah, it's a suggestion if we're going away a romantic weekend. And how
do you feel when you hear that?
I'm always I want to get to it.
And had it crossed your mind before he says it?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes no.
Wow.
So wow. Some revelations today. Are you okay?
Wow.
You look flushed and upset and you can't look at me. Casey, look at me.
I can't. This is just the best conversation. I feel your OBGYN might start saying the same, which is hey, we're going to see you next month. If you want to. When I gave birth to my... Yeah, touch it up. Andy. When I gave birth to my son... he was induced totally randomly, out of the blue, and I was, believe it or not, planning on a full... I had to apologize to everyone that came in.
Really?
My husband was you don't have to apologize to everyone. I kept being I'm so sorry. I wanted to do something different down there. When I tell you their heads aren't there, and their head was there, but they didn't seem to be wrapped up in it.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe that's why I had to have a C-section.
They're you know what? This is too disgusting.
Can't get it out this way. These brambles.
The baby's
thorn bushes
getting caught up and
just tangled,
blood pressure's low. Wow, Danielle. Wow. I think we better wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so. I think I have enough shame to have for one day.
And look, it's hard that people have paid for this.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you paid for this, but maybe you get what you pay for.
Or it's a PSA for them.
Yeah. Just if you see something, say something.
I've learned a lot.
You really have, and I'm sorry.
Well, I think what we can leave you with is please bring Phaedra Parks back. I think there's some growing and learning to do.
From her and from Casey and I.
Yeah.
We've learned that, if we've learned anything today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, and thank you for just, doing the Stitcher thing. It's fun for us, and we're just having a chat.
It's been really fun. Thank you, April Mouton. Thank you, Airwolf.
Bye.
Bye.